Good afternoon, Twin Flame, Twin Souls, Soulmates, Fated Connections. This is Brainy Twin Gemini for February 23rd, 2020. First and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs, the sense of community on our channel. It really warms my heart, and I love you all so, so much. As many of you know, I'm a messenger on this journey. I'm a guide, and every single day I'm given signs and syncs, and I believe these messages are signs and syncs I believe I'm meant to give to you. So, in the last 24 hours, there's been some crazy things going on. I didn't do a video yesterday. I'm usually guided into when I should do these videos, and it's usually because I get profound signs and syncs in the 24 hours, and then I get pushed and nudged into doing these videos as guidance to you. And so, in the last 24 hours, quite a few things have happened. Actually, the last 48 hours, hence the reason for the video today. And so, I'm just going to go over everything I do. I'm divinely guided by this not the specific pen, but pen to paper. Everything I get, the messages I get, I put down in a journal, and then I flip the cards strictly out of my own entertainment, believe it or not, because the cards always resonate with my journal. And yeah, so if many of you know, I can't cheat this stuff. I can't be tricked. It absolutely always resonates with my journal. And the journal is primarily where the messages come from. This is just strictly out of entertainment. Yeah, I could sit and read my journal, but like I said, I do for my own entertainment, to be quite honest, because the cards never cease to amaze me. But there's been quite a different message, and we'll see if the cards play out the way the cards play out. So, in the last 24 to 48 hours, there's been some distance between the twins in 5D telepathic communication. I'll get into that in a minute. There's vulnerability that, mostly I'm getting divine masculine is very vulnerable right now, and I believe it was a shift. Something's happened since February the 20th, 2020. Yeah, something's happened. There's been a shift in that energy, but the divine masculine is balancing that energy. So they're just kind of in hermit mode, I guess is the best way to do it. And they're do it, say it, and yeah, they're doing some healing. Um, so they're vulnerable. Yeah, there's been some headaches. Again, a third eye. That's your third eye opening up. Um, there's some problems with the ego right now, and I think that's divine masculine as well, thinking in a place of ego and not with the heart. And again, balancing that energy, that divine feminine and divine masculine energy. Um, there has been a lot of love going back and forth in the last day. I would say in the last 24 or maybe 12 hours. There's been a lot of love going back and forth between the twins. It was distance, but that closeness is coming back now. And there's been some low energy, a lot of low energy. So that's, let me just see if I've gotten everything here. Yeah. So one thing I want to go over, there's two things I want to go over actually. Um, Yesterday, I had a dream of a snake. So there's dreams. I don't know, maybe some of you are having some really weird dreams. I don't generally dream of animals, but I dreamt of two things. I dreamt of frogs and snakes. And I was with my brother and my sister and my mother, and we were on the porch, and we saw these frogs. And then I saw a tadpole metamorphosing into a frog. And I went to my sister. I'm like, check this out, check this out. Like, this frog is metamorphosing, like, right in front of our eyes. So we looked at it. We thought it was pretty cool. And then there's all these snakes. Like, one came, another one came, another one came. And, my mother is terrified of snakes. So she ran and said, get rid of those snakes. But then, like, my brother and my sister were not there at this point, and then this anaconda came out, the mother of all snakes. And I'm just standing there looking at this snake, and it was huge, massive. And I'm like, what is this? Like, And I'm just watching the snake, and it just grabbed something like its prey, and then just kind of like slithered away. And I've never dreamt of snakes or seen snakes or whatever. And I'm not like, I don't think there's very many people in this world that are a huge fan of snakes. And, people fear snakes. And when I actually looked up the meaning of snakes, I was kind of really, really shocked about um, what I kind of found out. And what I found out is if it says it belongs to those who stay grounded through the ultimate transformation. When you need to heal or transform your life in some manner, it improves the overall quality of your life. They refer it to as the God of medicine. It's a guide for spiritual renewal. If you're thinking of taking a new path, but hesitate, snake supports your efforts. The snake opens up chakras so you can understand and embrace the sacred sensuality of body and spirit. This journey is referred to as a Kundalini awakening. It's also symbolic because of the shedding of the skin. Snakes shed their skin, which means rebirth and renewal. So there's a rebirth and renewal within yourself, and that has to do with the Kundalini awakening, which I've been saying for a good couple of weeks. Many of you are going through this Kundalini awakening, and it's absolutely fabulous, and I love it so much. Another thing I have about the snake is, which I have here, is be careful. You can also get bit by the snake as well. And there's people in your life or things in your life that may have bit you in the last week or so. You found out truths. You've something just and the venom has gone into you from these people. I myself specifically found something out on Friday, and again, these are tests. If you get bit by the snake, it's a test on how you act. Do you act from a place of ego, or do you act from a place of the heart? And I always, always, always act from a place of the heart. Sometimes people with the biggest heart get bit the most, but you just have to be careful and always, always come from a place of the heart. And just know that the universe will unravel the way it's meant to unravel. Don't get trapped in your ego, and just know that if you do things with a pure heart, the universe will unravel the way it's meant to unravel. And wishing karma upon other people is bringing back karma to yourself. So you shouldn't be doing that as well. But again, it's your life. You do what you want. And lastly, just thought I would share this with you. Oh, and power. Yes, power, power, power. That's very important. I can't believe I forgot that. The divine feminines are standing in their power. You've got your power back. You're standing in your power. You're doing it in the right way for the right reasons. You're restoring that balance within yourself, and you're standing in your power. Standing in your power doesn't mean, you're. I don't want this to come out the wrong way. You're being a bitch. Okay, it's all just energy, feminine energy, masculine energy. It's like I'm standing in my power, blah blah blah. No, it's about positive power. Putting putting boundaries in your life, setting healthy boundaries, and you're standing in your power. And I love it so much. And then lastly, I came home from running some errands yesterday. Last week I was going on about teeth pain on one side, on the other side. I don't know where I get these messages from. They just come. But I was talking to my neighbor when I came back from running my errands yesterday. I hadn't seen her for a while, and just asked her how she was doing, and we were just chit-chatting, and I said, do you want to come in for a coffee? And she said, no, I'm healing. I had 2 teeth pulled last week. So I just freaked, man, when I heard that. I was like, there's no freaking way. I had tooth pain on both sides of my mouth, and she got one pulled on one side and one pulled on the other side. And I'm like, it's too much. Sometimes this stuff is just too much. So I'm going to get started here. And again, thank you so much for the love. I love you all so much. I do 4 cards. I'm going to be, I've been doing more interactive back and forth, but today, because, I feel like the divine masculine is vulnerable right now, and that could be because of the feminine standing in their power. It could make them feel vulnerable. I also had a dream. It wasn't my twin by any stretch of the means. Someone was standing naked in an elevator. I know this seems strange, but this is a person that was in my life, that is in my life, that has used power over me. And last Friday, I came to a place of healthy power and I set my boundaries. And then I had the dream about this individual standing naked in an elevator, which to me shows that, standing in your power. So I'm going to call out to my guardian angels. I'm going to do what's in the DM's headspace. As of now, we live in the now. Um, I didn't go over the numbers. So I saw 555, 333, 711, 717, 444. And believe it or not, I heard the song while I was journaling, Resurrection by Moist. So, yeah. And that has to do with the snake, resurrection, rebirth. It's just crazy. Damn. One card, please. Thank you. All right. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Regret. There's a lot of regret. The divine masculine has a lot of regret, and this is not an easy journey. I always say it's not a Cinderella story. When you come into each other's life, you come in primarily to wake each other up. That's what it's about. Twin flame activation. And you activate, and I always say, what does a twin flame actually mean? A lot of it is like you're of one soul, twin souls. But the definition or whatever came to me, the words of wisdom, knowledge came to me, is you ignite that flame within each other. You ignite the awakening, the activation, the Kundalini awakening, all of this stuff you come in. Because throughout your life, you are meant to awaken, and there's certain things that happen in your life that, push you gently into an awakening, but you don't get quite there. You get there, and then the divine comes in and stops it. So the twin comes in to awaken you, and and I love it. I love it so much. But there's regret. There is a lot of regret in the way things happen. Because one twin always runs, and they're running because they're not ready. They're not ready to heal. They're not ready for their heart is still wounding from is still healing, but they have regret because they never wanted to hurt the divine feminine. Never. And that is the biggest regret that they have. And at the end of the day, they did. You can't sugarcoat this journey. When one person runs from the other person, the other twin, you do get hurt. It's like a piece of you dies when that person physically walks away. But the rebirth and the resurrection comes over time from the separation. And your love grows stronger. And it's a bond that can truly never, ever be broken. Again, like I said, the stuff can't be cheated. Like, it's almost like a serpent, a snake. I can't. This is absolutely going on. And it's one of the most beautiful things a person can endure in a lifetime. It's when you meet this twin, it's the most beautiful love, raw, vulnerable. But you go through this activation, this awakening. And, it starts at the base of your spine, and it goes all the way up. And a lot of you are at here. You're ascending. You're at your third eye. I know this sounds strange. I always get these strange messages, but like I said, it starts at the spine. You could have had a sore back, and it kind of works its way up. You get up here, and to the heart. And then to the throat. That's your respiratory, and then I believe the dentist or mouth thing. It's all. I know this is going to sound strange. Again, just a messenger here. All the shit that's come out of your mouth. Over, could be decades. It could be whatever. That's your mouth healing the dirtiness that came out of it. So again, just a messenger here. I think that with the teeth and the mouth, that's the last thing. Unconditional love, journey about unconditional love. The divine masculine has unconditional love for the divine feminine, struggling right now. It could be Mercury retrograde. It could be a lot of things, but they have unconditional love. And divine feminine, same deal. Unconditional love is loving freely without condition. This card came out the other day. These cards come out because the messages aren't being heard. I can't cheat this. I can't cheat what goes into my journal. I can't cheat what I dream. I can't cheat the numbers. There's nothing. And if you think I'm saying the same thing over and over again, it's because the message isn't being heard by some, not all. And if this resonates, great. If it doesn't, just pack it away. But please do not leave messages on the wall. I will just disable them and take them down. If you have something for me personally, I welcome your feedback. I will take it. Send me an email. I'll take the feedback. But please do not disrupt the energy of the channel. And lastly, the Divine Masculine wants to tell you there's an offer coming. I feel this. I feel this. It's coming. Some people get impatient, and some people are like, well, it's not coming for me. It's not coming for me. It's not coming because it's not coming for a reason. You're not healed, or you haven't done whatever is required of you on this journey. It's a tough endeavor, but there's an offer coming. It could be a job offer. It could be anything, but an offer is coming. And I'm thinking more from the Divine Masculine, to be quite honest. An offer is absolutely coming. An offer of communication. Check the traction of the wall out every single day. There's traction. Somebody, more. I get it through email because a lot of people are private. They don't want to share it on the wall. And that's perfectly fine. And I respect people's animosity. And also too, I'm relaunching the separation video because the audio wasn't great. So look out for that. It tells you why the separation. And then I have 2 more videos that will be coming out. I wrote them down here. The titles of them, Twin Flame Awakening, Soul Activation, and then Ego versus Soul. So watch out for those 2 videos. And I'm going to call out to my guardian angels. If the Divine Masculine could say anything to the Divine Feminine as of now, what would they say? Unreal. One card, please. Oh yeah, and I saw the hawks yesterday too. Forgot about that. And the doves. And squirrels. Okay, faith. Don't lose the faith. Believe. The last week has been a tough week. There's been things coming in. Like I said, you've been bitten. Some of you have been bitten by that snake. Just come from a place of love. Come from a place of the heart. Forgive. And forgive is truly forgiving. There's an old saying, which is, it's garbage. It says forgive but don't forget. Well, how do you forgive if you don't forget? Forgive is to forget. That's truly forgiving. But have faith, belief. The Divine Masculine wants to tell you that. Absolutely what I've been saying. There's been some distance, blocking the connection, blocking the telepathic communication, doing all of that primarily because of the healing that's going on. I said they're struggling. They're struggling. They may have gotten bitten as well. And I'm like, I'm a Gemini, so I'm always thirsty for knowledge, hungry for knowledge, but I'm also a fact-based person. So, always get the facts before you come to your conclusions, and always come from a place of heart and not from the ego. Always, always, always. Don't let that ego win. And that video will help you with your ego death. Exactly what I said. The snake, everything, all of this stuff, resonates. It's healing. Healing. That Kundalini activation or awakening is tough. All this garbage comes out. It forces you to look at things in your life you're not ready to look at. And I keep going back to this snake bite. Something's bit you, and and it hurts. And you have to look and see what's not working. Sometimes those, you get bitten to see, that, these people are not serving you. And it's unfortunate. That's the world we live in. You come from a trusting, loving heart. Not everybody comes from that same place. Absolutely wants to tell you that this is a past life connection. You probably knew it the first time you saw each other, looked in each other's eyes, that there was something there, some recognition, soul recognition. You know, it is a past life connection. And the Divine Masculine wants to tell you that he feels that this is a past life connection. Love it. I love it so much. Basically everything I put in my journal. So I'm going to call out to my, why are these all upside down and all mixed up? Call out to my guardian angels for 4 cards. What is the outcome as of now? We live in the now. One more time. Calling out to my guardian angels for 4 cards, please. I can't. I cannot. I cannot. One card, please. This card keeps coming out too. Oh my gosh. I'll use this card because this one came out. So third party, exactly what I said. There's some third party. I don't not absolutely resonate this with karmic partners, especially ones that are married. As I said, that's not something I support. But there's definitely some third party going on, and it's family and friends, man. You know, there's that old saying, they're snake in sheepskin, and I actually saw it last week, some quote somewhere. You know, like this is just like these messages come to me in varying different forms, and there's some you know, there's some snakes and some sheepskin, and they're not looking out for your best interest, and that's your third party. It could be work, it could be anything. You just, you know, this is your message here. Just look around. People are sometimes disingenuous. As heartbreaking as it may be, they are, you know, and they're putting out negative energy into the universe. Just what I was saying, forgiveness. Um, Forgiveness is exactly what it is. Forgiving each other. It's a tough journey, and you have to forgive. You have to trust what's in your heart, and always come to a place of what's in your heart, and not to let that ego come and interfere with what's in your heart. Like I said, you know, if you come from a place of the heart, you will always win. I think this is going back and forth between both twins. I think it's both divine masculine and divine feminine. This card came out. They come out for a reason. Again, you know, just a messenger here. They come out for a reason because the message isn't being heard. But for whatever reason, both twins are going through a tough time right now, and they keep thinking it's a one-sided connection. You know, it's just me. You know, I there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of confusion. You know, it's tough. You know, is it just me? Am I fabricating this in my head? Is this real? Does this person, you know, does my twin feel the same way I feel? There is a lot of that going on right now. And I think a lot primarily has to do with masculine energy. They're going through that. But that's part of the balance. That's part of the restoration within. So, you know, it's part of the journey. Believe it or not, it's part of the journey. These are all tests. Test after one test after another test. And you just keep endeavoring and you just keep going, you know? And you know, you just go over one, you know, mountain over the next mountain, and you know, if you pass the test, then you know what the outcome is. You know within yourself. You get there, you get the guidance, you get the wisdom, you get the knowledge. This card keeps coming out. I don't know why it keeps coming out. Why does it keep coming out? Why is it? Because there's spying going on, that's why. Yeah, like, and I believe it's reciprocated both ways. You know, it's curious. You love this person. You know, you're protecting your connection. You want to see, you know, what is going on with the twin, with your divine masculine, your divine feminine. You know, this love is so sacred to your heart that you're protecting it, and you naturally, you know, spy. It's, you know, it's not like stalker or anything else like that. It's absolutely not that. You're just curious. You're curious. And but there is some spying going on social media. And again, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Please do not put messages on the wall, because some people are saying, well, they're not spying and I block. I don't want to hear it. Sorry. Um, that's a place of ego, just so you know. And lastly, this card flipped up, and I think it flipped up for a reason. Balance. There's a lot of balancing going on. That's what I wrote down, and I feel this card needed to come out as well. There's both twins are balancing each, like, the energy. You have to have a healthy amount of divine masculine energy and a healthy amount of divine feminine energy. And the divine masculines are absolutely working on the restoration of that balance, and I love it. I love it so much. So I'm going to do 4 cards here, different type messages, but what would the divine masculine say to the divine feminine now, if it could? And pretty much everything's coming in my journal. One more time. Pretty powerful message already. Pretty much goes with the energy. Sorry, too many. One card, please, guardian angels. Thank you. Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. But I felt it. So, and now I'm the bad guy. Like I said, there's been some tough energy in the last week, healing, you know, the one-sidedness, all of this stuff. You know, just be careful what you mirror back and forth, be careful what you manifest, be careful what you put out there, you know. But the divine masculine is feeling, and now I'm the bad guy. So, um, it is what it is, right? You know, it again, it's not for everyone. All these messages will not resonate with you 100%. Take whatever resonates. Um, and again, I hate that I love you. Struggling, like I said, that activation, that awakening, that confusion, that doubt, that vulnerability, they hate it, you know? It's tough. It's tough, 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 tough to get that balance. It's tough to, you know, understand it. And they get that energy, that masculine energy gets frustrated, and they hate that they love you. But they do. Oh dear. I feel like I am obsessing over you. Yeah, I feel that too. There's been a little obsessing, and again, it's not healthy. You have to get to that healthy balance within. You know, obsessing and longing and desire, it all comes from a place of the ego. So again, you know, I feel like there's both twins going back and forth and obsessing. Just let it go. Let it go, and let the divine do what the divine is meant to do, and just look within you and do what's good by you. Trigger happy, so unfair. You're triggering each other. Again, not all. A lot of you are in a place of love, but some of you that need to hear this message, you're triggering each other, and it's not fair. And yeah, exactly what it is. You're triggering, um, you know, energy within each other. And like, now I'm the bad guy. I hate that I love you. All of this, you're triggering that energy within each other. Always come from a place of love, unconditional love. If you love, 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 then you can push that energy away. Some of them are feeling that you're triggering some pretty tough energy. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to go to Animal Spirit now. These cards are hard to work with, so if one card flips out, I'll take it. If one flips this way, I'll take it. I'm going to call it to my guardian angels for Divine Feminine, Animal Spirit. Buffalo. Badger. Oh. Alright, so we have 10. And I love this card. It's such a beautiful card. It says, Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. And 10 if it means anything to you. Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude and extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of America saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, and the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So, too, do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo Spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires, not by force or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you. Trusting that where there is always plenty to go, that there is always plenty to go around, whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support, it's all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough. You can expect all your intentions and needs to come into form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo Spirit's message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers, and even before you see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. Then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow to the good, so offer thanks and praise as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. And that's exactly it. Always have a heartfelt gratitude. Some of you have been bitten, come from a place of love, and the gratitude has a magic to grow and to good. I love it. I love it so much. So offer thanks. And, one thing I always say every single day is thank you for the blessing of another day. That's your gratitude. So have Badger Spirit here. Number 4, be fearless and bold. How can you be fearless with flowers on your hair? No. Okay, so number 4. I like 4. All right. Be fearless and bold. Badger Spirit rejoices at your persistence and commitment to what is true for you. Whatever you seek, your tenacity and faith in your partnership with Spirit is paying off, and the results will soon coalesce into form in your world. The gift of Badger Spirit is surety that taking a risk now and being courageous, fearless, and bold will yield you wondrous results. This is a time to harness your will and apply it consistently to the pursuit of your dreams. Know that no matter what the temporary outer conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that Spirit deems best for you. Badger Spirit says you have what it takes to get what you want. So assert yourself, be fearless and bold, shining your light as your purpose calls you into the world. New relationships are also given a green light now. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Badger Spirit loves your brave and mighty heart. I love it. I love it so much. I resonate that kind of the way the snake is. If follow your heart and take a chance. And I'm going to give you now these nice little messages to take with you today, tonight, morning, wherever you may be. I'm going to call Pulling out to my guardian angels for one card, please. Thank you. Front, back, and it says, love generates love. You will receive positive confirmation of this in the next few days. Keep on loving, and you will keep on receiving even greater blessings in return. I love it. I love it so much. That resonates with the offer card, and you will receive positive confirmation of this in the next few days. I love it. I love it all so much. And again, thank you so much for the love, the likes, the subs. If this, resonates, thumbs up. If you're new, kindly subscribe. There's new content, various times throughout the week. And again, thank you all so much. And I wish you all blessings on your journey. Have a great day, folks.